What is going on, everybody? Trying to make sure that we are all squared away here. Setting up our make sure our YouTube stream is good to go. Um Hold on one sec. And we will see we need to get an intro here for the channel. Need to get an intro going. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Lakers Media Day is a wrap. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube and Twitter. Pretty eventful day for me. Just moved into a new place. Got, I'm operating on, I think just like adrenaline at this point. I'm on like 3 hours of sleep, but we got a fun day. As you guys can probably see, we got a new jersey hanging up in the background. I said that was coming, so there we go. Got the Anthony Davis jersey hung up. But today we're going to be kind of breaking down the reactions to Media Day. And then also this week, I'm going to be having my Anthony Davis film breakdown along with my Lakers rotation builder. Those are going to drop before the first preseason game, which is Friday. So today's Monday, probably looking at a Wednesday release for the Anthony Davis film breakdown. And then you're probably looking at a Thursday release for the rotation build. Probably looking at a Thursday release for the rotation builder. But welcome in, everybody. If you guys are just now hopping in here, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Sandy says 12 seed at best, Sean. Let's be honest. 12 seed at best would imply that teams like the Spurs, Rockets, Clippers, Warriors, for an example, are all better than the Lakers, which I just can't get behind that. So yeah. And I guess we can kind of start there. Bro, do we need the season to kind of start back our what? The morale around the fan base has never been lower, I feel. What's up, JSJ? We're able to we got some of the production stuff fixed. We're able to now pull up some of the comments. Super chats are the easiest way to support the channel. Really appreciate you guys starting to get up and rolling here before as the season is about to start. We're gonna also have some announcements here for the season plan. Kind of what some of the content's is going to look like. At least I have one announcement for sure. But yeah, so wait for a few more people to kind of hop in here, and then we'll get started, fully diving in. But chat, I'll let you guys kind of decide here. What is kind of your thoughts on the 12 seed argument? Because I've been kind of posting my power rankings and things like that, posting polls, previewing the next episode. Why did I ban you? I didn't ban you. I'm no clue what you're talking about. What's up, man? Hey, salute to you, brother. Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate you for hopping on. That's what I was trying to change. And bro, the Lakers just have so much freaking hate right now to where people think this team is just like a non-playoff contender. I can completely understand not thinking that they are a contender, but what's up, Keith? I can completely think that they are not a contender, but saying this team isn't even a contender to make the playoffs, I think that's wild. What's up, Ray? Super chat from Intel Wild says, I went Cuban, no Vaseline, Trevor in Lakers Nation. Jeez. No. I've talked about the departure or whatever a lot. The only thing I think at this point that I have left to say is, again, I did not get fired, and I'm still cool with Trevor and a lot of the guys, actually. is not, hey, I just don't see the depth and they still have the same holes as last year. I don't think there's an argument for, like, again, 12th at best, again, implies that a San Antonio, a Golden State, a Clippers, like, which when you look at these teams, and one of the things I do for my power ranking series, the power ranking series is me predicting kind of like it's who I think the best teams are, yes, but it's also like who I think is the most likely to kind of win a championship. Like playing, sure. Like I think could this team make miss the playoffs and play in entirely? Sure. Like if injuries happen and things like that. Yeah, they could completely miss on playoffs and stuff like that. But the reality is that's like the worst case scenario. I think if everything kind of happens at average variance, this is like the AFC like they've been. If things if they over exceed expectations or overperform expectations, then this is like a 5 or a 6 seed. If they kind of meet expectations based off previous performances and things like that, then this is like an 8 seed or a 7 seed, which is what they've been. But it would take injuries and a 2022 caliber like start to the season for them to just completely be like the 12th seed and not even close to being in the play-in race. I think people are forgetting how much Darvin held us back. He took timeouts with him to Milwaukee. So that's actually like one of my takeaways from the press conference is how freaking much like it was obvious that the players did not like Darvin Ham. So I had two major takeaways. For one, I do think that the players are more accountable or at least are appearing that way as of right now, to where they're more self-aware, they're more, cognizant of their shortcomings and things like that. Where I think in years past they might have made an excuse or one of the, something like that. Where this year, like with, you heard D'Lo talk about how he has to kind of look himself in the mirror and be and understands why he needs to be a better defender. You had multiple guys kind of talk about their shortcomings and why they need to improve. So, and that just felt like something we didn't really see last season. And it kind of starts from the top down. It starts with the head coach who didn't do that ever. Darvin never really held himself accountable in the media, and to kind of see, that already, trickling in with the players is really, really cool to see. Really, really cool to see. And then like I said, my second major takeaway was that these guys freaking hated playing for Darvin Ham. And I understand why they hated playing for Darvin Ham, but the amount of subtle like sneak disses and jabs that were thrown Darvin's way without directly saying Darvin Ham's name, like they did not like playing for that. I think Max took a shot at Darvin. AR and D'Lo went in on Darvin. Like those two guys, I have to go back and re-listen to Braun and ADs, but those two guys easily had, like, D'Lo and Austin, from what I heard, D'Lo and Austin had the two most like damn type of comments towards about Darvin Ham. So I'll pose this question: what did they say about Darvin? They basically just like crapped on him for not using him the right way. Or D'Lo said something about like how he's never had like a coach have positive conversations with him this early into the year or something like that, which I'm not going to say I call BS on, but I do. It kind of reminds me of the Westbrook thing where Russ is now in Denver. He's like, oh yeah, man, all my previous stops, they never, put me in a position to be successful. I'm like, that's bullcrap. The Lakers literally started you your first year. The Clippers literally brought you in to be Russ, and neither situation worked. Like, yeah, they were winging it, bro. The amount of players, I think Max even said it, the amount of players that said we won last year or the past 2 years off of talent, like it is crazy. This is turning to another one of those greedy $2 super chat reading channels. He's just gonna sit here and read questions. What's so funny is we've only got one super chat, which I appreciate, by the way. And I've read a lot of the other comments that have been non-super chats. So bye troll, I guess. D'Lo and AR are the worst defensive backcourt in the league. Worst defensive backcourt in the league. Washington's pretty bad. Washington is pretty bad. Jordan Poole and Corey Kispert. That's a nasty backcourt. That's a nasty backcourt defensively. I'm trying to think of like really, really bad defensive backcourts. Chad, am I missing a few? Let me drop some teams in the comments I might be missing. Utah's is actually pretty nasty, especially with if it's Keontae and it's Keontae and Colin. Like Colin's fine. Oh my god, that Phoenix backcourt is disgusting. Milwaukee, yeah. So, but Milwaukee, I guess you can bet on Gary getting back to. I mean, I don't know. Atlanta. If Atlanta's starting Trey and Bogey, then yeah, that's probably a worse backcourt. Austin Reeves by himself is a better defender than Trey Young and Bogey. Which, I know we're talking summer league here, not summer league. Kyrie and Luka, no. Kyrie and Luka is probably a better defensive backcourt than Austin and D'Lo. And maybe I'm bugging, but like I think Kyrie is probably the best defender out of the group. And I actually think Kyrie's an underrated defender at that. That doesn't really get enough credit. I think if you watch that playoff run from Kyrie, you really saw like how good when he's locked in he is defensively. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, guys. Trying to get some more people in here, and then go check out my personal channel, the Sports Headline Show, where I have a bunch of NBA content dropping here throughout the season, which is kind of the first announcement that we're gonna drop here on the show today. This is not related to my personal channel, but we'll drop it here. This is for this channel. So I kind of took some feedback or whatever. I threw out the question to you guys for this year with our kind of game coverage and things like that. Would you guys want to see me doing a post-game reaction that night or a next day post-game show where I'm able to watch the film the next day, kind of steal my thoughts, watch the film the next day, and maybe even provide some clips to show live on the stream? And it was kind of a mixed bag. I think there were a lot of people that like the traditional, post-game that night reaction, raw reaction. And I understand that. But can I post clips? Yeah, I can post clips. Yeah, I for sure can. It won't be a lot, and it won't be like super long clips, but I can post clips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a post game the next day. It's the most conducive to my schedule. I don't think I used that word right. Maybe, I don't know. It's late. I'm on 3 hours of sleep, guys. It makes the most sense for my schedule. It allows me to like really sit with my thoughts and go actually look at the film, and come back to you guys and kind of do something that isn't really done in the in the market right now with Lakers coverage or like NBA coverage in general. So I'm going to do that the next day for a lot of the games. There are going to be some games that inherently I won't be able to do a post-game show the next day of, but the expectation is I'm going to be doing a lot of the games. But to give you guys a rough estimate, if there's, Lakers play 82 games in the regular season, I would say you guys should expect 65. So I would be eligible for an NBA award. 65 of the 82 games, there will be a post-game show the next day. The hardest games to do will be the back-to-backs. So those would be the hardest ones. If there's a back-to-back, and if there is a back-to-back, instead of doing a live post-game show, the next day will just be kind of a recap video. maybe same day for afternoon games. I would be shocked if we ever really do like a same day one. I would kind of have to be like in the moment, kind of last minute, if we're being completely honest. Let's see. BC over under LeBron games. I'm sorry, over under 65 games for LeBron and AD. I'm pretty comfortably going under for LeBron, actually. I don't think you should really want Braun to play 65 games either. AD, AD, I'll go over. I'll go over. Barely, but I'll go over. Will I be as critical as awful coaching? No, absolutely not. That's not in my bag. I don't have that. But let's get this thing out, guys. You guys are in here now. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe here to the channel. Trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the start of the regular season. So really, really appreciate you guys' support. Hold on one sec. Let's get this link sent out one more time. All right. Let's see. 80 has to be over. We aren't functional without him. Yeah, this team is brutal. This team is brutal without Anthony Davis. We got one more announcement for the channel, and then after that, I will we'll save the announcements for kind of my content release video for both my channel and for the and for this channel. So yeah, really exciting time of the year, man. Like I said, pretty exhausted right now, but really excited for the start of the season. Where do we improve this season? I feel like we just can't find a valid point. Are you talking about it in terms of like the roster, or are you talking about like predictions in terms of what actual things during the season do the Lakers improve in? Which one are we looking at there? Because during the season, I can almost guarantee you, I think this team will be a more, and this is another thing too. I think it's actually a fun takeaway from the press conference. The kind of the word of the offseason was player development. They were just shoving player development down our throats. I think recently it's been organization, right? And they're not going to win every game, but I think what's so frustrating about last year's Lakers team is how there's actual data that will show you that the Lakers were such a just better basketball team when they ran offense, or they were organized and things like that, and they just never consistently did it. I think I think that the Lakers are actually going to. I'm not at least right now, and very much still wait and see mode. I'm not really worried about that with JJ and this staff. Not right now, as much as they preached organization. So, let's see. Let's see what else we got here. The night of, next day is too late. The next day will be too late if I'm doing a regular post-game show, but by doing next day, I'm able to actually gather film. That's the perk of doing the next day. That's the major perk of doing the next day. Super chat here from 80 is the real Depoy. Can I collab with Trevor? Getting film would be great. Yeah. Could I collab? Can I collab with Trevor? I would say never. Like I said, I talked to Trevor. I think last week. It'd be fun. It'd be fun if I were able to talk Lakers basketball with them again. And Matt and the guys. Matt, I'm sure I can have him on my show and stuff like that. But never say never. I don't know. We'll see. But kind of going back to the whole conversation about where is this team improved, they'll be more organized, which will help this team raise its floor a lot, because you're grabbing the low-hanging fruit by saying, hey, look, be organized. I think this team will be organized. Like I said, we didn't get that much at all last season with this Lakers squad. Sounds like when a girl says maybe. Damn. Jeez. And I think that there'll be an enhanced level of like accountability and things like that. So yeah, I think it'll be. I feel more confident about this team kind of hitting the check marks on the low hanging fruit, like organization, being more accountable, playing harder defensively, getting more second chance opportunities. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Sounds like we went to Staples and got a drawer. The chat is fired up tonight. So you know what? I like this. So I'm gonna throw this up to you guys. Bando, Cam, Max, and Gabe will be the X factors. They defend, we win. If you guys had to list 3 X factors for this Lakers team, it could be any player, it could be any like variable. What would be the 3 X factors for this Lakers team heading into next season? Drop them in the comments. I'll read them. I'll read off some of them. I'm going to miss the playback streams. Oh, well, funny enough that you say that. So one of the second announcement I was going to announce here on the live show was that this season, the playback streams aren't necessarily going everywhere. It won't be every Lakers game, but this year, in my commitment to kind of do the entire NBA, including the Lakers, and the Lakers will get coverage, obviously. I'm going to have a mandatory one Lakers game of the week that'll let you guys kind of choose. I'll post a poll or whatever in the community section once we get the season started. And then that will be on playback. I'll drop the playback channel once we get close to the season. And then I will have 2 other non-Laker game playback channels so we can keep up with the entire NBA and things like that. So it'll be 3 playback streams a week, maybe even 4, depending on how we're feeling. But 3 playback streams, 1 Lakers game of the week, and then 2 other games around the league to kind of keep up with the entire league. So I'm really excited about that. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll drop the playback channel. Actually, no, I'll drop the playback channel right now. Actually, if you guys don't mind, go ahead and just drop this in there. So guys, if you guys haven't already and you haven't been following me, go check out the playback channel. That is where all of the playback games are going to be this season, including the Lakers games of the week, and then the NBA content as a whole. All right, let's get to your guys' X factors. So a lot of them coming in here. My guy Tony, the GOAT. Offensive rebounds. Fair. I think JJ's gonna put us over the top. We'll see. We shall see for sure. Hold on, I'm gonna come back. 80 said he wants to be a top 5 defense. Is that even achievable at this point? There is, Vince McMahon's. I mean, he's a prick, obviously, but his theme song, like "No Chance in Hell." No chance in hell without Bando on this team, and Max consistently playing at the level that he kind of was playing at before he just never got minutes. There's just no way. No chance in hell. All right, let's see. Revived 3-point shooting efficiency, Max Christie, Austin Reeves. I like that. With 3-point shooting efficiency, that's so important because we're expecting this uptick in 3-point volume. So with the volume going up, you don't want the efficiency to drop, because the Lakers were, I want to say, a top 10 3-point shooting team in terms of percentage, but they were bottom 3 in volume. So with the uptick in volume, JJ's talked about how he wants them to shoot a lot more threes, hoping that the volume going up doesn't, like, do they go from top 10 to like 20th, or do they go top 10 or whatever it was? It might have been even 8th to 13th or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then Max Christie and Austin Reeves. Max being able to be a consistent 18 to 20 minute per game type of player that can, depending on the matchup, even start for you in the playoffs. That would be massive. And then Austin, I still kind of have a rough time figuring out what Austin's ceiling is. I do kind of have a hard time with that. But yeah, that's a really, really good list. Max and Gabe, defensive X factors. I agree. Gabe Vincent's ability to stay on the floor offensively is going to be really, really pivotal for this team's defense. JJ, Max, can Rui learn how to effing rebound? Very, very fair. Very, very fair. Starting lineup defense, Gabe Bando. I really, really like this take, especially with the starting lineup defense. That's why, like, the AD whole, top 5, want to be a top 5 defense thing. AD, you're the best defensive player on the planet, but I don't even know if you can kind of, fix this defense by yourself. Especially no Vando. Like, dog, you have no help. You're by yourself, bro. Vando's health, Miami Gabe, trade deadline, big bruising center. If we tack on like JJ being a competent head coach, the Lakers with these 3 things plus a competent JJ Redick and then health, obviously, that's a championship contender. And I have my reasons for pessimism. I don't care what people say. These 3 things happen. JJ Redick is actually fine, and they're healthy. That's a championship contender. Sorry. Somebody asked earlier, I think I missed the comment. Somebody asked earlier, do I have the Lakers ahead of the Timberwolves now in my Western Conference power rankings or whatever? Well, you guys got to stick around and find out for my preseason power rankings on my personal YouTube channel. We are dropping 14 potentially tomorrow. See, it depends on if I can have the energy to record it tonight. But number 14 tomorrow or Wednesday or Wednesday for sure. And I will say this: we are approaching the Lakers. I will say that. And I did drop the Timberwolves. So that is all I reveal about my kind of standings in the West. What are my top 5 teams in the West? I'll say my top 4, but no order. Denver. I do think the top 4 teams still is Denver, Dallas, Minnesota, OKC. I do think those are the 4 best teams still. A healthy Memphis could kind of get into that conversation. And I know Memphis, I think people are kind of annoyed with the Memphis conversation, but the fact of the matter is, when they've been healthy, Memphis has been a 50-win team. I mean, essentially. I still got Minnesota up there for now. I'm still kind of rough and bullish on that trade for them, but it is what it is. All right, let's get some more questions. Guys, fire off any questions you guys have here in the chat. We'll start to wind down here in the next 10 minutes or so. So let me know what you guys have on your mind. Murray is injury prone. What if Joker as a series? All right, I'm gonna refrain from finishing that one. What did you make of the Bronny/dad questions, dog? The amount of questions that Bronny got aimed at him about his dad when Dalton Connect, a top 10 player, in my opinion, in this draft class, is sitting right next to him, and he gets 1.5 questions. I get it. It's the nature of the business, but I did think that was kind of funny. What would you give up for Mitchell Robinson? What's funny is I have a video that I have ready that is going to drop later on this week about, Mitchell Robinson and should the Lakers trade for Mitchell Robinson. Essentially, not much. I'm not attaching any major assets to go get Mitchell Robinson. Too much of a health risk. Not a good finisher. Like, he's decently athletic, but not a good finisher. Not a floor spacer whatsoever. Obviously, if anything, he's a hackable free throw shooter. Like, no. Do you want? I mean, Gabe Vincent and Max Lewis. That doesn't even work money wise, but like that is how low I am selling. No. That is kind of my deal. And New York is probably going to hang up the phone on me. Not probably. They will hang up the phone on me. But oh well. But yeah, finishing up the point about Bronny. Yeah, that was kind of funny. What's up with Bando today? He did kind of seem, and we are reading into some things here, but he did kind of seem like a little unease or whatever, right? He did kind of seem a little uneasy. His answers were super like short and things like that. Um, just a weird period of time for Bando. Because I really think Bando's health is gonna be pivotal for this team. Buy low on Zach LaVine and use that first for Walker Kessler. If you're buying low on LaVine's contract is so big to where. And I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine about LaVine, and he made a really good point. Okay, let's say even if you get a first round pick for Zach LaVine, that doesn't really do much for you because it's not like you could turn around and use that first in another deal. You are trading all of your tradable contracts in a Zach LaVine deal. And that's kind of the tough part about pulling off a LaVine deal. And to a very lesser extent, a Jeremy Grant deal too. Now, ironically, with both players, because the contract situation, some of the health stuff of like specifically LaVine, I do think from a talent perspective, both of those guys are being incredibly underrated. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. So, and would I use the first on Walker Kessler in a heartbeat? If you could get a Walker Kessler deal done for one first round pick, I'm doing that in a heartbeat. So Walker Kessler's contract is pretty easy. Like Christian Wood in a first for Walker Kessler, yeah, sign me up. Or like something easy, you guys can sign me up for that for sure. Let's see. Hey, this is a fun comment. Amidst all the hate, this is a fun comment. So Jalen says, "I'm so loyal. I'm listening to both." Is Trevor live right now? Is Trevor live right now? Chat, let me know. Is he live? Yo. That's crazy. Well, look, man, thank you for the well wishes, and I wish Trevor all the best too, man. Now, what's funny about that comment is I made a comment about, in my intro video to the channel, how I wanted this to be the best channel for Lakers content and stuff like that, with kind of our in-depth analysis and how we're really going to be breaking the game down. And people got mad at me for saying I wanted this to be like the best Lakers channel possible. And they're like, "Oh man, how dare you, say that? Like Lakers Nation isn't also involved. Like, why? Like, you guys want me to give you C+ work? Like, it for sure a troll." But I was like, "Dog," and maybe I should, stop paying attention to it. Dang, that is kind of ironic. That's kind of ironic that he's live right now. All right, let's see what else we got here in the chat. I do, and actually, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this. I appreciate you guys for sticking around with me here. You guys are the real ones for sure. You guys are the real ones for sticking around with me. We're gonna get guests on the channel this year. Got a bunch of fun stuff in the works for you guys for all the support you guys have shown. What players do I think are young? There are young and other teams that you would love the Lakers to trade for. Mine are Ivy and Tari Eason. I like Ivy. Actually, I really like Ivy. Yeah, I can talk myself into Ivy on this team. Problem is, Detroit would be essentially saying that they're giving up on Ivy, which I don't know if Detroit's really ready to do yet. And then Tari, I think could actually be like decently expensive. So I like both of those players though. Those are both really sound NBA players. Still on the first contract too, relatively cheap. even their next deals aren't going to be that expensive, or at least shouldn't be. Jaden's could be, depending on how this season kind of pans out for him. But yeah. And then kind of last thing here before we wrap up today, what content do you guys want to see from me heading into this upcoming season? We'll kind of wrap up with that. I have my plans, but what specifically do you guys want to see from me heading into this upcoming season? The first year here on the channel for our Lakers content. Keontae George, no way Utah kind of gives up on him. Bring him out on the show time to time. That's my guy. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. I like Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs is a dog. Expensive, but still a dog. Any response to the content question? I'd be the backup point guard and Tari both fighting for minutes. Hey, I see the vision. I just don't think that either team is really, really ecstatic about trading those guys. But trust and believe I see the vision. Continue X's and O's. Whatever Laker content you put out there, we will be here. All right. If the Rockets put out Jalen Green on the market, would you want him in LA? Depends on like the price. Like, do I have to give up Austin Reeves for Jalen Green? My answer is no, but it's because like the contract and stuff like that, right? Like Austin Reeves is on a pound for pound top 10 contract in the league. I couldn't really breakdowns of the games. Yep. Got you guys. So sounds like we have a fun year then. Sounds like it will be a fun year. Well, guys, thank you all so much. I'm not going to hold up too much of you guys' time here. Really, really excited. And yeah, I'm going to get back to crush out some content, finishing up my setup here. And then we'll be all good to go. Guys, thanks so much. If you guys are still here and new, hit that like button and subscribe here to the channel. If you are new, go check out the playback channel for all the updates on our live streams and things of that nature. What's up, Nick? Keep going, G. Yep. Show us the setup. Well, okay. Here. Okay. You know what? No, I was gonna try to take my camera off, and do it live. I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe I'll post like a short or something. But you guys see the you guys see the AD jersey in the background? AD jersey in the background here. I will show you guys this. We got the PS5 or whatever for our like 2K content on my personal channel. We got the monitor right next to me now, so I'm not like looking super far off to the side. And then we just have our lighting. I'm not gonna pan to the lighting so you guys like don't get blinded. But shout out to ring lights and Elgato lights. Shout out to Elgato lights. Love Elgato lighting. But yeah, that's essentially something. Then got some other stuff as well. Got some signed Charger stuff that I'm gonna try to add to the background. Got some other cool Lakers stuff that I'm gonna add, kind of around that. So yeah, put something right here, even kind of cover up this space. I have I actually have a replica. I have a replica like trophy or whatever. This like a Lakers Lombardi or not Lombardi, Larry O'Brien that I think could actually fit right here on the table. So we'll see. All right, guys. Would I take guest speakers after Lakers games? We can maybe do something like that where we invite you guys up on stage and things like that. Again, we're not doing post-game shows like the night of the games. They would be the next day, but maybe we do like an AMA live show and things like that where we have you guys come on stage and stuff like that if you guys are interested. But all right, I mean it for real this time, guys. Thank you so much for hopping in. Like, share, and subscribe here to the channel. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.